What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to another episode of Cinetober Season 4. Technically, that's 4. There we go. So, as you all know, I talked about A Nightmare on Elm Street last time, and I recommended that you go watch this film. It is a fun horror film. Now we're going to get to the sequel, but before we do that, I got something to show you. Okay, so for any of those who can see, you see that thing right there? That is Foxy the Pirate. So I decided my experiment was going to be I was going to take my trap card known as the Spellbinding Circle. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and put it there face down. And what do you know, when Freddy came after me one night, or when he was walking back into the room, I don't know exactly what happened. I don't have the camera to film it, so, you know, I may be making this up. But he walked in there and he fell on the trap, and he's been stuck there for at least like the past couple days. Well, it's a good thing that that trap card is infinite. So, guys, do you know what this means? It means, guys, that these animatronics are weak to the effects of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's right, everybody. I can beat these animatronics with a child's card game. Hooray! Now, as I probably have three... do you guys notice that Bonnie is not there? Okay, so something tells me later on I'm going to have to go set down another magic or trap card that'll keep him from coming after me. Who knows, maybe reviewing these movies will weaken their powers and I can survive so I can make it to another episode. I hope. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Before I get into talking about this movie, we're going to go on ahead and just say the title is wrong. The title is wrong, okay? Because this has nothing to do with Freddy getting revenge on Nancy. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. No. No. I just said no twice in 2 different languages. The title is irrelevant. It has nothing to do with him getting his revenge on Nancy. No. That is in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Kind of. Anyways, this movie should have been entitled A Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy's Resurrection, because that is the main purpose of this movie. Freddy is trying to be reborn. He's trying to revive himself through somebody else. That's an okay premises. I actually did not mind this movie. I enjoyed it, besides the fact that there was someone who acted so terribly that I'm pretty sure that's why there was a bird in this movie who all of a sudden combusted. But yeah, the title... I respect Wes Craven tremendously. May God rest his soul. I really enjoy a lot of his movies. And he wasn't the writer. So now, I don't know if he was the one who gave the movie this title. I don't even know if he was involved with this one, or if maybe he just gave the money to produce the movie. But the title does not have anything to do with Freddy's Revenge, and that gets one major point taken off of the movie for that, because the title is irrelevant. So, characters. So this movie is about a guy named Jesse who him and his family are able to move into the house that was owned by Nancy and her mother because it was cheap from the bank. Gee, I wonder why. It's like almost every single time when someone dies at a house, it's like the bank wants that house sold as quick as possible. Oh wait, no, that is what happens. Oh well, so yes, him and his family move into the house that Nancy moved into, and eventually Jesse comes across his diary where he eventually comes across having dreams about Freddy Krueger, which he was already having nightmares, to where he eventually himself starts transforming into Freddy Krueger, and this movie does something good like it did with the first movie, and that makes you wonder, is Jesse killing these people, or is it Freddy? Even though throughout this whole entire movie, the premises is on Freddy basically like rebirthing himself through this kid, it really makes you wonder, is Jesse killing these people, or is Freddy back? And they go more into depth about like what gives Freddy his power and what takes it away, and how to beat him. I really liked how they did that. The character of Jesse is a you know, he's just a normal high school kid who's trying to get with this girl. The chemistry between them is, I feel like he was trying harder than she did, because the way how she responded, oh my gosh. Someone who has never acted could give a better performance than she did, because whenever she was fighting Freddy, she's like, no, I want Jesse back. I want Jesse back. She sounds like she's on a drug trip and she's trying to give 100%. And it doesn't even feel like she's trying. She's like, Jesse, I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm like, oh my gosh, your boyfriend is having a out-of-body experience, literally, and that's the best you got? No, you should be like, Jesse, I love you. Come on, you can fight him. You can fight him, instead of going like, you can fight him. You can fight him. It's like they were like, we need you to go here. She went down here. Here. So the effects. The effects are once again good in this movie. We have a lot of practical effects. There was like 1 or 2 CGI moments, but they never took away from the film. This movie actually kind of gave us the wisecracking Freddy that we would eventually come to know and love, because he was starting to killing people at random, and he was making funny jokes, and he was still being somewhat scary. Now this movie, it like had like maybe 1 scare that got me. But the movie does once again play on the fact that like you didn't know like if what was going on was a dream or if it was not. You didn't know if it was really Freddy or if it was really Jesse, and I liked that because that brought something over from the original film. It was an okay way to tie the second film to the first film. Although if you want to keep going with the continuity, just skip this movie and go to 3. It really has no tie-in to the other movies. I feel like this movie was just made just to be made. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 a B-. I did enjoy this film. There was some fun aspects to it. The acting was okay. The whole thing with Freddy was great to show how he was being reborn. And I would strongly advise you go watch this movie and give it a shot. Well, guys, I have an animatronic to most likely go bash its brain in or whatever, although there is a living child inside of that thing, so I don't know if that would be considered murder. But maybe I'll just go lay down another Yu-Gi-Oh card. I hope you guys stay safe. Remember, don't fall asleep unless you're not having nightmares, and it's okay. Have a good night, guys.